think it's time for a change. I think it's time for a change.
So this is has always, or has become, my favorite part of IFL. Or I say that I think about every session, because every session is part of my favorite part. I love doing this conference. It is an enormous amount of work, and I enjoy doing it so much because of everything that comes down to this moment where we've learned so much, we've grown, we've heard a little bit maybe, we've seen some realizations, we've had some aha moments. This is your opportunity. I want you guys to share what your biggest aha moment was. We start the conference by you sharing your greatest marketing tip and what you're looking forward to the most. And then we conclude the conference each year by finding out what your aha moment was. What made the difference to you this year, and where are you going this coming year in the future? So let's start over here with Jamie. Maybe we should end with him. What we're going to do is, because of the way the mic situation is, we're going to just have you come up here.
Okay.
So yeah.
Aha moment, I think, is that so many of us struggle with similar issues where the things that make us really, really good at what we do also can sometimes conflict, and that I don't have systems in place in everywhere I need to, and that I just need to do what Lewis said and take something successful, which is not something I didn't know. I just did not do it. And where do I expect to be? It's going to be impressive.
All right. Mr. Al. All right. Danny and Annie, come on up here, guys. We'll do that. Big takeaways.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, everybody, just to leave us come in your big family. This is our first year here, and it was such an honor to be there because everybody have such a great idea to help each other, and it's kind of family thing. So I love to be part of it, and I'm sure we will spend a good year together helping each other, and I hope the best for you.
The only thing that I would like to say is I didn't know what to expect when I came here. Usually Daniel went to Kidabra, came back home, explained everything to me. I wasn't sure I understood what he said, and he was talking about Bradras and a lot of people, and now I had the chance to meet them. And I didn't thought that business people like you will be like this, because it's wonderful to see that everybody is sharing their stuff, they're sharing their history, and usually it's not like that in life. You take the bus, nobody speak to nobody. So I thought it was like that here. I'm not sure that I wanted to come with him, but I wanted to help him. So this is why I came, thank you. And thank you to everybody to share everything with us, and it's very appreciated.
You're welcome. Okay.
Aha moments. It's hard to obviously take, to narrow it down from the hundreds, if not, thousand of ideas we got to do. So a couple quick ones. Michelle and my new wife. Thank you. Congratulations to her for Market of the Year. My aha. I just took it. Facebook logo on the car, the facebooklogo.com. Awesome take home. Her amazing giveaways. My favorite being the photo card. Hey, I like your photo. Give it back. Christopher Starr, the Bug Show. It's actually something that I was working on, and then we connected with that. So that's awesome. Spending time with all of you guys, just a bunch of awesome energy people, with sharing the same passion for business as I do, and everyone being so giving and sharing. Awesome. I can't do that at home. And on the DVDs, I bought the DVDs last year for last year's, and there's no comparison. Although I feel with the Facebook group and everything leading up to this, that I already know you guys, that I was already here for the last couple of years. But the energy is way more. So if you buy the DVDs, you got to come to this. And then, of course, my favorite, I think, was probably all of the tips on day one. I haven't even had a chance to even start implementing any of them. I just got a huge giant list of some really fantastic ideas because you guys just said, hey, this is my favorite idea. And that was my favorite. And yeah, that's it. And lots more.
And lots more. Harry, come on up.
All right, so my big takeaway is from actually Chris Cool, and he mentioned that don't get too comfortable. And at one point, I thought I was doing pretty well in my marketing. I got a little bit too comfortable. And going to conferences like these and learning from people who are more experienced than me, I want to soak all that in. So just continuing my education, I want to do this, years and years ahead. So that's my big takeaway.
All right. Yeah, give him a hand. Mr. Mike. Is that the takeaway?
Putting it in juice. Let's see here. Big takeaway: get organized. Actually, on day one, on the pre-day, I had already written down that what I wanted to come out of here with, that I'll be working on starting tomorrow on the plane, is my marketing calendar. Also learned the difference between a marketing calendar and editorial calendar. I was kind of lumping them together, so that's marketing calendars and editorial calendars for schools and daycares. That's the number one thing I need to do, and I'm going to start calling daycares. I think, after watching John do it, I have a lot less anxiety. Very good, thank you. Less anxiety about doing it. It was easy. Easy. So just need to start making those touches, in between getting cards out to them. So that's my aha moment.
All right. Aloe, work our way back. This guy doesn't need notes.
I don't need notes. I was trying to make it harder and think of a lot of things. Cheese. From the other job, cheeseburger. Just put that on. Yeah, I like when I go to get my, that's under the other one. When I go get my picture, you're going to get your picture in that? That's where I need the brand Lady Jessica, because I need an outfit, but we'll get to that.
Wardrobe next year, Jess? Wardrobe?
My biggest takeaway is that I'm the problem. I have a little unique situation with the two things that we're working out with marketing and having to do something for someone else. But I want to, first of all, give Christopher a lot of credit for coming up here, because I could, it's hard to be up here. And I saw myself. I saw my wife in Roy, though my wife doesn't have any facial hair. I saw liar. And I work with Brad, and I have so many friends. Louis, I'll help you. I'll do this. I'll do that. And then I shiny new object. I got, and I get off. I've been doing better on that. I really had some other things that come in, but I really have been taking small chunks and working on it. But the thing is, my takeaway, I'm bullcrapping now. My takeaway is that I saw me up here, and I saw my biggest problem, and that's me. And I appreciate the friendship from everyone here. And if I can be of any assistance to anyone, even though I can't spell, please feel free, to give me a call, drop me an email, drop my wife an email. She'll get to you. And I want to thank Brad.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I had a lot of respect last year for him, from sitting at dinner and him saying, I said, oh, well, what'd you do when you went to Spain? Well, I had to speak Spanish. Huh? Then 2 days later, we went to France. I had to speak, what? I can't, holy moly. You get all those shows with different languages. I never thought of that. So I have to give you credit for that, my friend.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting me share my little bit with you. Thank you.
My aha moments was, Luis, just the video editing. For me, I have plenty of video at home, but I didn't know how to edit them. Now, that's me in 2013, I will have video on my website. This was really good. The other thing is the sharing. It's amazing. Everybody is willing to share not only the small stuff, but the big stuff that is make you successful. And that's, for me, if I can take idea, I'm there to grab, and I'm there to give too. And my other thing is Emily and Jessica. I thought about that about 6 or 7 years ago, and I said, oh no, it's impossible. And yesterday after my presentation, they said, I think you're almost ready to franchise. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be possible. And it's that. Thank you.
You're welcome. For a nice hand.
My biggest takeaway is just the big hearts in this room. How everybody gives and gives and gives. You won't see that anywhere else but here. Truly. Because you go to any other conference and there's a little bit of secrecy, no matter where you go, because nobody's willing to give up their golden nugget. But here, that's what this whole conference is about. And of course, I have a new website coming out, so the SEO stuff and the video editing, because her and I both hit each other because we just said, I'm never going to do video. And she's like, me neither. And then you had to come up and say, look how easy it is. And we're like, dang. And Brad yelled at us today, and I'd like to clarify why. Her and I were trying to take notes on your presentation.
I apologize.
And you're like this with the clicker. And we're like, and we both threw our pens at the same time. And you're like, you two settle down.
The class clowns over here.
Right. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys. You are an inspiration, and I love this place. And thanks, Brad.
You're welcome. Jeffers.
Do they both have to come up together?
Bountiful One. People at home are going to be watching Bountiful One.
Let me see the look. I heard it was classic.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. Just being together with you guys is incredible. We look forward to it all year round. You know, getting together with other successful people, learning what the next big thing is. Kathleen and I talked last night. What's our big thing for next year? Figuring out what the next big thing is. This year it was the WOW programs, gearing it up and making that work for us. I think some of the things, using video. Even though Brad told me I shouldn't use that video. No, he didn't. He told us to use the video, and he made it and said, put that on your website. We never did. How easy it is to do video, and we've been avoiding it because we're like, we can't make that work. It's not going to work out. Getting finances organized. We have been up and down, like, how do we organize this when I don't know exactly what I'm going to make? And we never could get a hold of that. Tried other people who did financial things, and they looked at us and go, I don't know how you do that either. You got to know what you're going to make every month, or I can't help you. So realizing how to make that into a plan. Marketing calendar is one of the big things I came away with. Being able to know a year ahead of time, I'm going to do this in July, I'm going to do this in February, and not just kind of make it up on the spur of the moment and try to make it work.
We love just getting together with you guys. I think when Michelle said she gives the salary and keeps it the same all the time, all of a sudden it clicked with me and said, if I do that, then we'll have it for the low months and the high months. And I think that was my biggest takeaway.
I think one more thing, that Lewis said it, everyone has been on the hot seat has been Marketer of the Year. First year we came here, we were just out of it. We, had no money. Like Brad said, well, we're going to eat next month. Where's this going to come from? And now Michelle was in it last year, and guess what? Hot seat. Now she's up here this year teaching us all things. And, taking all that is hard at first, but then when you go back and look at it, it changes your business, and off you go. So I think that's where you guys are going to be.
I can't wait to see who's the Marketer of the Year next year. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of new ones. I don't know. I think there's a lot of them that have chances. Okay.
All of them, they can't all be, though, can they?
Not all at once. Give him a hand. Mike, come on up.
So, we're learning how to relax on video. That's Brad and Cindy Hoffman helped me incredibly.
And you did a great job.
And it's helping me look forward to now making my own videos at home on those web TV. I have a little series going, something I never did before. And you guys are, I miss. I don't really miss working for a living. Being self-employed, I love it. But one thing I did miss is having coworkers, to hang out with, and haven't had. And this more than satisfies that, because not just here, because we're ongoing. This is the big takeaway is that we continue doing IFL all year. and this is great. And there's too many takeaways that are awesome here, so I'm not going to list them here. All right, so since you're here, Jessica, very innovative tools that I'm so glad that I can actually implement those right away. The tools for Facebook and all that. So thank you very much, and see you guys soon.
Give him a hand. Roy and Christopher, they haven't had enough stage time today. Come up to him. Sure.
I wanted to thank everybody for all the time and advice that you guys gave us. We have a lot to do from now until next year. I was asking Roy, I think we should come back and participate in Market of the Year, not necessarily to win, but just to show everybody what we've been doing from this year to next year. Because I'm sure there'll be lots of great competition. But there was a lot of real high points this year. I'm very appreciative to Lewis for helping me get my AdWords together. It seemed to be that Google was having a conspiracy to make me lose hundreds of dollars a month. So Lewis helped me with that. And it was great to see Christopher Cool in person after chatting so many times on the phone and on the web and helping with my postcard last month. And it was great to see Michelle with your van wrap and with your Marketer of the Year. It was great with Emily and Jessica for their advice and presentations on the branding and financial. What else it was great as well to learn more about WordPress. I have actually seen a progression with myself from last year. Last year, I was way behind in the class. I couldn't figure out half of what was going on. This year, maybe it was my help with David Farr, but I was trying to go ahead because everything that we were learning, I had actually already done the month before and the month before that, making our own e-promo site. So I felt like, oh, finally I'm at the top of the class instead of the bottom of the class in there. But now I can just keep going ahead with that, with all of David Farr's help. So I think it was a great time this year. What were some of your highlights?
Indeed, I would have to echo everything that Christopher has said. I've learned an awful lot at this session, and indeed it's the best session thanks to Brad and everyone else who participated. But one thing, if I could go back a little bit in history, I wanted to be able to work in my talk some history that we had. A big success for me last year was I grew up through the 50s and 60s, and in Toronto used to be called Hogtown, and we had the only place where big shows were played were at the Imperial Room of the Royal York. And last Christmas Day, Judy Garland, Cher, when she was with Sonny and Cher, played there. It was the only place to play. But last Christmas Day, I got to play the Imperial Room at the Royal York. And they asked me to come to it, and Christopher to come along to help. I was in a Santa costume, but they've asked us back. So it was.
Wear the $3,500 suit. He did. He looks amazing. The best Santa Toronto. I always tell them.
So it's been a wonderful time here.
You did such a great job again this year. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you. Give him a nice hand. And Scott Lesovic. Great, Scott. Up right up here. There you go.
Maybe I do.
Is that still on?
Nope.
There you go.
Now the mic works. My big takeaway is if Brad and Dave are going to keep talking about me on WordPress, I need to corner them and get a testimonial video for that.
That's right. Yeah.
No, but like I'm known for the Scout stuff, which is very seasonal and really not enough work. So my big takeaway is the Stranger Danger show and all the work with John Carlson to be able to add something else to what I do.
Absolutely. D.
Oh, thank you. It's been really exciting being here. I didn't plan to come till 2 weeks ago. My whole family is like, why are you going? This is your first year in business. You've made $60,000. You're turning work down. Why are you going? And I said to myself, I don't know why I'm going, but I know now since I've been here. I've never met a magician before. I've met all you, and you guys have been so fantastic, and you're teaching me so much. And here I've got a guy in my neighborhood, and I said I could throw a rock at you, and I believe Marty said I could throw a boulder at you. He said I'll throw a boulder at you. So, and it has just been phenomenal. Y'all are just fantastic. But the biggest takeaway I got was when I was listening to Christopher Starr up here, and I'm thinking to myself, in the last 8 weeks, I've probably spent about $12,000 buying props. And I'm listening to them thinking, to buy more props. Buying more props, is it going to change my shows? I really do have enough. The shows are doing great. Why am I still spending money? It's not the money you make, it's the money you keep. So when I was listening to you, it was like this light bulb went off. And I was so glad to hear what you had to say. So I got a lot out of this conference, and I feel I've met some really good people that are truly my friends. And I want to thank everybody for letting me be a part of your life this weekend, this last few days. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. We'll sneak back around over here. We'll start here with Kurt. Come on up, Kurt.
Greatest, what? I know. Greatest moment. I think one of the things is there was no wasted moments except maybe when I tried to sleep, which wasn't enough. I didn't get enough of that, you know.
One more day, Kurt, right?
No,
one more day?
One more day, please. But my special thanks to the ePromo kit, because now I can finish working on amazing systems. I bought it over a year ago, and that was my roadblock, and getting a better understanding of search engine optimization. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate everything everybody had to say. Thank you.
My 2-minute claim to fame. I feel like Sally Fields. Oh, you too love me. You too love me. Thank you. Thank you.
You need the red glasses.
First off, before I start, I'd like to thank Casey for all the behind-the-scenes stuff that he's done this week. You have been incredible. Yay! Encore, encore. Okay, to try to be more serious, my first takeaway was Michelle's postcard. I love that you took my picture, give it back. That is just amazing, and I hope we can share that from you. My second one would be the Jeffers. Your video was the utmost funniest thing I've ever seen, and it should go on America's Funniest Videos. But
I can send it in. They already signed it away to me, so.
You have, you surpassed Superman as my hero, but I will never be, and I have to get this word right, as bountiful as your lovely wife. I aspire to someday be as bountiful. On the first day, Brad gave us a quote on success, that success is not a destination, it's a journey. And for the last year, I've been on the most amazing journey in my life with this wonderful person. And I thank him for trusting me and bringing me here and sharing this experience with me. And honey, I look forward to holding that trophy up with you next year.
You go.
I'll keep working out to hold it.
Well, it's tough to follow. I realized that I became the poster child this year. That's my big aha moment, and I thank you. The love here just goes so deep. I mean, everybody corners me. Paul, do this. Paul, I'll help you. last year helped me. SEO, branding, over lunch today in 5 minutes. I finally got my brand. John Carlson, A to Z, I can make money starting Monday. And we can eat next week. The card. There's no one thing. It's everything. From Casey to Brad, coaching calls throughout the year, encouragement, Facebook. There is no one thing, but there is one thing I know. Next year, this is ours.
Yep. If you say it, you must do it.
You must do it. We are proclaiming it. Thank you all. I love you all.
That will cost $50 per Thank you so much.
Paul, I think you should take a picture holding nothing.
There you go.
With Robin.
That was Robin's head in there.
Absolutely. We're going to get you there.
That's his trophy wife.
Downtown Jimmy Brown. Now, just a word for Jimmy. Jimmy is always at the end of a lot of jokes, and I've got to acknowledge him because we couldn't do this without Jimmy. Jimmy helps a lot behind the scenes with things, and helps organize things with me. And so, how about a big hand for Jimmy?
Thank you, Dave.
And after all, without Jimmy, I mean, would we have nearly as much fun if Jimmy was not here?
Yeah, I'm the one that gets picked on.
Hey.
No, first of all, before I say anything, you guys are my family, my real family. I don't have a family. I have a half brother and half sister. I have a lot of friends, but the it factor is my family. Merlin is my little brother. And I have a lot of. I've been coming here 3 years. There's Merlin. Yeah. I've been coming here 3 years, and I didn't know what Twitter was. I thought it was a bird. And it is, yeah. And so I'm going to do Twitter. I went into it. I started it. I'm going to try to do Twitter. I'm going to try to do Facebook fan page. Brad, you're going to help me. But I had a great time.
We got Jimmy drinking again?
No, that's not. Oh boy, was I sick the other night, and that was just on wine. But no, I had a great. I've learned a lot from all the speakers. There was so much to take. It's so hard to take everything you learn. It's for me, you know, I'm old. I'm from the old school, and it was so much knowledge. Thank goodness Brad tapes everything. So later on, well, I don't remember. I couldn't take notes, or what the heck is this talking about? We can go back and look at all that. And what's the matter?
No, it's too fast.
Oh yeah. But I mean, there's so much. I'm still watching last year's, and I go, I don't remember that. And I know I wasn't sleeping then. But I had a great time. And again, I want to thank you for being part of my family. And Brad, thank you for inviting me. John taught me a lot of stuff. I'm going to do some daycares now. Ooh, I do amusement parks. That's all I do. I've been 30 years in an amusement park. I guess they don't watch me. They don't know how bad I am. But I had a great time. Thanks, and I love you all. Thank you very much. Thanks, Brad.
Either or. We'll do Jessica.
Hey, thanks. I'm really sad that I wasn't here yesterday because I feel like I missed out on getting to know you even better than I already do. But I just want to thank you all for being so kind and sweet and interesting. Because ever since I talked to Brad about speaking, I was like, to everyone, I'm like, I'm going to speak to a room full of magicians. It just was like so exciting, and it's been fun to get to know you and your each individual story. And I don't know, they're just so sweet, and it's just been fascinating. So thank you so much for allowing me to yell at some of you and advise some of you and design for some of you. It's been really fun. And the takeaway for me is something that you guys probably all, maybe you take for granted, but in my business I don't, but I kept hearing both today and the other day to really focus on the personal touch And for you guys, it's so important because you touch kids and you have something to give away. But I'm almost all virtual. I hardly ever meet my clients in person. I interview virtually. So sometimes it's like, I know I should send them something, or I should send them a thank you card. To you guys, it's like so important, but I don't know, to me, it's always been an afterthought. So for me, I'm going to try really hard, this year or whenever, to just really try and incorporate more of the personal touch, because I think I'm sure it makes a huge difference for you guys, as you said, so I'm hoping it'll make a big difference for me. So thank you for that. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, you guys. I, of course, enjoyed myself once again. If you remember a few days ago, I said that I'm always looking for one thing to take away with me. And I've, of course, made a page full of notes, and we'll go over them later like I normally do. But John Carlson said something during his daycare program about the cold calling and hiring someone to make the calls, and that he pays a commission to whoever, that when they book the shows, he just pays a commission. And that was definitely something that I thought about that could definitely help, because I can, to be honest, anyone can do that, because you're not losing the money. So that's just money that you never had to begin with. And then when they book it for you, you're just giving them a part of something that you didn't have anyway. So that was a great idea. I mean, you could actually come up with a team of salespeople to do this type of stuff. And so got my mind working about what I could do. So that's my big takeaway. But, I produce a convention. Brad has a convention. We've been to conventions. We've been all over. But I can honestly tell you that there isn't one like this anywhere in the country. There isn't a convention like this. So it's something that should never end. So that's for you. It should never end. But there's a lot of hard work. I mean, if you think about it, and I know this from experience. I know Brad probably knows this from experience also. Putting on these conventions, these type of events. There's a lot of back work that goes into these things. So there's a lot of man hours that go into putting these type of events together. So when you get here, this is actually the end. This is the easy part, to be honest with you. It's all the months and months of work that goes into planning to actually make sure this event goes off just right. And so there's a lot of the background that goes into this, and I know from experience also that there are times when in my convention I think, gosh, it's not even worth it. It's not worth my time. But yeah, I keep going because my event is an event that I enjoy. But this is an event that I like to attend. This is one that I actually want to come to and hang out with. And you guys have tons of information. There's all kinds of new stuff that's always, every single year that's coming up. And having an opportunity to hang out with you guys and sit down and have lunch and work out in the hallway and do stuff out there, you're only going to get that here. And so this is such a unique experience. So to end that, I want to thank Brad for everything that he's done for all of this. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you, Lewis. Before I close out, I'll let Casey, he always has something wise to say as well. And some what? Some clues for next year?
Yes.
Well, we know we got one signed up.
Well, we're running short on time, so we have to hurry up. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. To touch on what Lewis was saying, it does take a lot of work, and there are times when you think that you don't want to do it anymore. At least once a year, there's a time when I tell Brad that I will not do this next year.
Wasn't that this morning?
That was this morning. I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this next year. It's too much work. It drives me insane. And I know I harp on all of you for being on time and everything, and I apologize. But magicians are horrible at time management. Work on that for next year. But this year was the year of planning. That was a big theme this year. And even before we started this one, we were already planning next year. Already. The weeks into it are hard and tough. And then we get here, and it starts, and you guys all get here, and it's done. It's over. It's great. And I know this is about takeaways, but we give a lot to you during the conference. We don't ask anything from you guys. We give you everything we can, and it's all what you guys give back to us. To see you guys come, to see all your success, to see all your hard work, all the hard work that you will put in is amazing. So for all that we give to you, that is simple enough. That's enough for us. So I just want to thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. It means the world to us, so thank you.
And just another big round of applause for Casey, because we couldn't do it without him. He puts in, he does put in a ton of work, and everybody, from Casey to all of our speakers that are a part of every year. Every year say I'm not gonna get emotional, but you know what? It's really hard not to get emotional over the experience that we have. Why am I using this? I've got this. It's really hard not to get emotional over the experience that we have here at It Factor Live, because I call upon favor after favor after favor from friends of mine, people I've met over the years, new friends, to come and share with each and every one of you. And I always take risks. It Factor Live started as a risk. I spoke it in 2009 that I was going to do it at this very hotel, just a few feet outside of this very room, that it was going to happen. And like I tell you guys, and I try and inspire you to dream big. Don't get rid of the dreams. Keep dreaming big, but follow through with it. And if you say you're going to do it, damn well do it and follow through with it. Take a risk, because when you take a risk and you put it out there to the world and you give back to them, give value. I try to over-deliver for you guys. I try and give you a piece of me to take home with you. I try and give you pieces of the speakers, and I'm there throughout the year for you. Because in our business, I think it was Mike that said it, we don't have coworkers. We don't have people to talk to around the water cooler. We have a family. Jimmy said it as well. This is a family here. And anyone that comes to this event, the only people that leave, that don't come back, are those that either couldn't make it or those that don't want to be part of this family. But the folks in this room right now, this is the family that shares, that works together, that helps each other. And when you see the success stories, when you see the folks like the Jeffers, who literally 2 years ago, you guys sat up here and you had tears in your eyes and you didn't know how you were going to survive, if you were going to have to close shop and move into a new territory. And you sat up here, and through everybody's help, while we all gathered together, they changed their business. They transformed it. I'll be the first to admit, in 2011, when I called It Factor Live a transformational event, that was high hopes. That was maybe pipe dreams. People said, it's just sales pitch. And then we proved them wrong when the Jeffers came back, and they transformed their lives and businesses. And each year we've done that. You've seen it with the Marketer of the Year contest. You've seen it with the folks here. You see it with the people who work hard to do this. You folks are absolutely amazing. You inspire us. Casey said it. You inspire me to continue to work hard when it is difficult to put this together and you guys don't send in your swipe file materials and you're not on the webinars. And I'm saying, guys, you got to pay attention. It's because I truly want to help you. And I want you to come back, maybe selfishly, because I want the feeling that I know I've been a part of something. Not the sole reason. I could never take credit for that. But just a part, a small part of bringing us together to help people. And when I see the Dahlholtz, have had so many ups this year. Just a couple months ago, getting married, starting on a whole new journey, and seeing the potential that they have to go into 2014 and make life-changing decisions, to see Christopher, who we know we all see in him, and we all see ourselves in Paul, we all see ourselves in the Jeffers, and we all share the same things. And we are so passionate about helping each other because we're all part of the same family. So that is why I do It Factor Live. It is a changing event, a life-changing event for all of you. But when you come here, every year, it's a life-changing event for me. Because I'm able to, on a small scale, I'm able to give back to the magic world. I'm able to give back to the world at large. And I might not be a great inventor. I might not be a great artist. I'm certainly not the world's greatest magician, definitely not close up. But I feel like I can help motivate you guys. And if I can help motivate you and you could think about me pushing you just one little step further each day, that an email comes from me, that you look at the It Factor Live mug, if you can better yourself, then years from now, I've left my mark on the world because I've helped change each and every one of you by doing what you love and love what you do.
I think it's time for a change. I think it's time for a change.